Rich, for 11 years we have asked for a Left 4 Dead sequel, but this isn't it. But it may as well be. This is Back for Blood, made by Turtle Rock.
And I see it's got a walker in it as well, so I'm all over this.
Exactly, and it looks like you as well. Actually, I don't know what he looks like, so no idea. But yeah, Back for Blood, as announced, was it last week at the Game Awards?
Well, announced a while back, but they actually showed some gameplay for the first time, didn't they? Yeah, a reveal. They gave it a reveal.
That's what I'm looking for, Rich. This is the alpha. This is on PC, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But we hope that it looks exactly the same. It's more to just have a feel for the game and see what it looks like. Play with the controller as well, great.
Lovely.
But yeah, so I played about an hour or two earlier on, and you know what, Rich?
It's Left 4 Dead. Is it Left 4 Dead? It looks like Left 4 Dead. Obviously, Turtle Rock did the original Left 4 Dead, didn't it? So
they did. It's obviously not Left 4 Dead. There's different archetypes of the zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's got the AI director and everything that, so everything's different.
Nice.
There's a few new things in it as well, which are really cool. The shooting's great. I was very surprised, because we've had a few games that have been clones recently, right?
Yeah.
Earthfall. We like that. Earthfall was the one with aliens, not zombies.
Yeah, it was okay.
World War Z, you were saying before we started, right?
Yeah, World War Z
was
a decent sort of knockoff of sorts.
This is, for all intents and purposes, in my eyes, this is Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they've put the 4 into the title, it's like they're not even trying to hide it, are they?
No, but I mean, if Valve weren't going to make it, and I'm glad that the original developers, Turtle Rock, have decided to.
Fair play to them.
Turtle Rock have made some good games in recent times as well. Evolve, maybe a little bit before its time.
Evolve felt like it was sort of an evolution of what they tried with Left 4 Dead, or what they did with Left 4 Dead, but it didn't quite hold together right. The asymmetrical multiplayer, like you say, may have been a bit ahead of its time, I don't know.
Yeah, and it had a bit of controversy around it. Was it a load of microtransaction bollocks as well?
Yeah, they did sort of add that, different characters and stuff.
Yeah, and this is, I assume that they're using the Source engine. Just because is it the Source engine? It is, isn't it?
Valve's engine, the Source engine.
Yeah, and it feels like that. I obviously don't know what it was, but they've actually made it a little bit more recent. They've added some new stuff, which is kind of cool. And look, it still gets chaotic and it's still mental, and they can still absolutely smash you. It is a 4-player cooperative zombie experience, and if you don't work as a team, this is what happens, Rich. But yeah, there's different archetypes with zombies. But they're very similar. Like that's like your boomer down there spitting thing. This is a little bit
I even saw that the boomer bile can attract the horde, but it's called Wretch Guts, right?
Yeah, exactly. So but there's new little things as well, like the birds. You can disrupt the birds, and the birds. I tried shooting them. You can't shoot them.
That's a shame.
But there's some birds down there that if you kind of disrupt or disturb, that the zombies then come after you. It's just absolutely chaotic fun. Yeah. And I didn't realise how much I was going to enjoy it until I actually started playing it. Absolutely fantastic. Obviously, it's an alpha. It's not out till June 22nd, I want to say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But so much fun.
The thing with the original Left 4 Dead, the one that Turtle Rock made, I feel it was better paced than Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2 was just kind of unrelenting, and it was the little sort of down periods in Left 4 Dead where the atmosphere really got you, and the sort of threat of what was to come freaked you out a bit.
And
I hope that's like this.
Yes,
like that
it is. Yeah, it is. Because this is quite laid back for kind of a zombie experience in the Left 4 Dead mold. But then it absolutely gets chaotic. Lots of different triggers and stuff in the world, and like alarms you can set off in the same kind of the mold. But yeah, there's not 4 characters anymore. There's a load of characters, and each character has kind of advantages and stuff. I feel like I didn't really do a lot of research on the characters, and there's a little video you watched beforehand, but I was too busy just not paying attention. But this guy, I think he starts with a pistol, whereas everybody else has like a melee weapon and stuff like that.
Right.
But you can pick up weapons, and you've got basically there's. Oh mate, it's actually quite deep. There's a currency system involved in it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw you were accruing a bit of currency. Those kind of yellow numbers, right?
Yeah, exactly. And with that currency, this is another one. I think it's a hocker, and it basically pins you in place with like goo, basically.
Do you know what looks weird though? Is that he's not struggling. He's just like, yeah, he's accepted it. I'm stuck.
I don't know whether that's like a graphical thing. Maybe that'll change. But I am stuck in goo, and I tell you what, everyone gets covered in blood. So I keep thinking that my teammates are zombies, which is not good. But yeah, currency, right? And then with that currency in the safe rooms, you can buy health kits. You can buy attachments for your weapons and stuff like that. You can buy ammo. So there's more of a progression system in place than there ever was in Left 4 Dead.
Right, that's cool.
Which is cool, yeah. And obviously there's the weapons and the Molotovs and stuff. I just shot her then because she was red. Weapons, Molotovs and stuff that you can pick up in the world, guns. But there seems to be it's just a lot deeper than Left 4 Dead. There's that the guy that jumps like what is it, Hunter?
Like the hunter, yeah.
Yeah, and you see him but this is the bit in a minute. Like we've just cleaned out this area, and we're going to move on a little bit, and then you see the big ogre. I see like that zombie. Then, I think that was a hocker. Mate, I actually don't know the names
your
of
tank
them.
fella, basically the ogre.
No, the ogre is. No, the ogre is. You'll see in a minute. The ogre has. It's basically a boss.
Right. Okay.
In a lot different to a tank boss.
Right.
Like you'll see. Like he's the size of the screen, Rich.
Jesus. Okay then. Interesting.
Did you watch the Game Board stuff? He's the guy from the trailer.
I watched a little bit. Yeah, I did watch some of it. But I mean, they showed a proper like gameplay showcase after the event, like with half an hour of footage. I watched a bit of that as well. Christ Almighty, you weren't wrong.
Right. Yeah, it's
ain't
absolutely huge. I think that's a bug, but it is an alpha, so it's worth pointing that out. Maybe I think that's actually lag. That was lag,
right?
As opposed to bug. But this guy is devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like Left 4 Dead. It controls like Left 4 Dead, but there's definitely some improvements. Like I like the idea of this. Like I enjoyed my time with it so much. It was absolutely insane. I've missed this kind of game.
Yeah, me too. And
because
this looks like an evolution of what Left 4 Dead was.
Yeah, and it looks beautiful as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is PC. I think I'll put it on highest settings. Good frame rate, but you would assume that would be the same for the next gen consoles.
You'd hope so.
It is coming for all the consoles, but these days, like I feel like the Cyberpunk stuff is just never going to be too sure about what's around the corner in terms of console versions. But this isn't an open world; it's a linear experience, or linear-ish experience.
Yeah.
And like just absolute chaotic fun. And I think this has an advantage over Earthfall, World War Z. Like I just feel it feels a lot. It's really tight to control.
Yeah.
Like it's an absolute joy to play.
Well, I think the secret sauce, like for Left 4 Dead, was always the AI director.
Yeah.
Because it was different every time. You didn't know what to expect, and
it's the same.
And it knew when to kind of lay off and when to pour it on, and it's just cool.
Yeah, I don't like. I haven't played enough of it to see the actual like depth of the AI director.
Yeah.
But basically the intro trailer before you start playing is like, this is the game. This is what it is. And it talks about the AI director. So I'm hoping that it's very similar to Left 4 Dead. We'll probably find that out in the coming weeks, months. Play tests. Like see them jumping on the wall there.
Oh yeah, weird.
But yeah, and then obviously here's the ogre returning.
Oh, same one. Oh wow.
Yeah, same like toolbar, health bar, the same as well. It's just so chaotic, and just everything's just fun to shoot.
Wow.
This guy though, like meaty, mate, absolutely meaty.
Yeah, it does look cool. Looks fun. I like the idea of a persistent boss that keeps returning.
Yeah,
throughout the
right
level.
As well. Like you do enough damage and it goes away. I assume you could probably just run away from it.
I don't know. Well, it's kind of in your way, isn't it?
Yeah, you do have to go where those zombies are, basically. But do you know what? This is the coolest thing. I was like, yeah, you can't come in here, Rich. So I'm just going to stand in the doorway and just shoot him. He can pull you out.
Oh no!
And just throw you. And I genuinely found that brilliant. So I'm hoping that it just continues at this kind of pace. Like the pacing was actually really spot on. Like we've taken out the big boss, and now there's a little bit of calm, Rich.
Yeah.
And moving from the one area to the next, and then different. Like this is all the same level effectively, and the different kind of areas as well. There's a good variety in the tasks as well, as you'll see. And as we move on, like the tasks change. Sometimes you've got to kind of make your way through an area. Sometimes you've got to, in a minute, we have to press a button to drop some grain, so it makes a mound. We can use that mound to climb over a trailer. So that level design is actually like really spot on.
This really reminds me of a Left 4 Dead level, actually.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't it feel like the kind of preamble towards the Blood Harvest level or something like that?
Yeah, it does. And there are this. You know what? This one level had so many different kind of archetypes. You're in the subway tunnels. You're in the kind of the wood area here. There's an industrial area. It's like a little housing area. It's an incredible variety actually for just what was effectively. I think it took an hour to get through. We didn't actually finish it, but you'll see why in the end. It's basically teamwork just went to shit. So this is on
it's always the way.
Yeah, and this was on the classic difficulty as well. So obviously there's 2 harder difficulties above this, but look, now we're at a train yard as well, so the archetype changes up. I think there's a broken bridge as well that we don't quite get to.
Yeah.
But I haven't talked about the card system as well. So you get cards, and I'm hoping they don't microtransaction it. But I don't know. But you build a deck of cards, and those cards are like perks. Like one of them, I think I get one in a bit, which turns like you get in between rounds, not for money. You just get to choose one.
Yeah.
And so the further you get, the more strong your character gets. One of them I get turns my weapon melee into a knife melee. So cool. I've then got 2 guns and a knife, basically. So nice. And just some can improve your resistance against fire. Some can improve your resistance against, I don't know, bile and stuff like that. And some can give you more ammo. There's loads of different things. But hopefully the cards are just... It's a in-game mechanic as opposed to microtransaction.
Well, I think most developers are learning now that kind of thing it doesn't go down well, and that people are more sort of prone to spend if it's a sort of cosmetic thing that doesn't affect the game, right? Yeah, and also if you're paying like 50, 60 quid for a game, you'd expect that to be the finished product. If it was free to play and it was, I ain't bothered about you monetizing that. But there's just like sour taste in my mouth that if it's, you've paid all this money, but hold on a minute, you don't get the whole game, you have to buy more stuff. Not a fan of that. No, absolutely. Unless it's cosmetic, like you say. Cosmetic stuff, I couldn't care less. This is what I was talking about with the grain. So we're now waiting for the grain to build a mound. And there's the knife that I was talking about. So if you see the grain coming out the thing. That's very Left 4 Dead as well, actually, isn't it? With the sort of time-based kind of kill boxes that you find yourself stuck in. I just, it was so much fun. And it's relentless. I've got very high hopes for this now. I know over the years we've said, this is a Left 4 Dead clone, this is a Left 4 Dead clone. This is, for all intents and purposes, this, for me, is a sequel. I know it's not, obviously, because licensing and franchise ownement and stuff like that, but just the mechanics and everything is great. And, the engine's great. Obviously, there's a long time to go between now and launch, but it's in a good state already, Rich, which is positive. Well, it's encouraging, And that's a nice looking pile of grain as well. It is, mate. Do you know what I mean? But it's exactly the same setup as well. So safe house into safe house. It's like 5 segments of the level, and then each time you go to a safe house, you get your health back. Characters can die, and you have to rescue them from it's not like safe rooms like last time, but you rescue them as well. But this is where it starts going to shit, Rich. Again, it's almost one of those Left 4 Dead archetypes where it's like, let's do a segment where
you have to cause something really... Oh, this is my gun I picked up as well. And you can put attachments on the gun. So I've got hollow sight and stuff like that. And
nice.
that was what I did in the safe house.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the archetypes in Left 4 Dead, it's where, hey, make a really loud noise. Uh-oh, loads of zombies are coming.
Yeah.
This is one of those moments.
Classic. Or you end up disturbing a witch, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean...
This witch is going to take my team out.
I assume there will be kind of witches. Oh, actually, I think there was. There was... I can't think what they were called. They were almost like shriekers, that if you disturb them, they'd alert the horde.
Yeah.
We did that, but... I'd like to play it a lot longer to kind of get a feel for the new archetypes.
Just a suggestion.
Different zombies.
You could have probably climbed that wall instead of blowing up that propane
Yeah,
tank.
maybe. But right now it says, look, hurry across the bridge. So I'm like, okay, great. Guys, we should be going. It's chaotic here. There's loads of wretches.
Yeah.
I think they're called wretches. Yeah, wretch of it. There's loads of wretches. There's loads of big zombies. And I'm like, right, guys, let's go. Let's hurry across the bridge.
This is where it goes, split up.
Yeah, and this is where it all goes to shit. And I don't know what the other guys are doing, but they didn't run. We should have run straight away when we blew a hole in the wall.
Yeah, this isn't your fault. This is them failing to react.
Thank you.
No, you're not to blame for this.
And Rich, this is where it all just goes to shit.
You shouldn't have gone back. You shouldn't have gone back for blood, Dan. You should have gone forward for blood. Not. Exactly, and that is Back for Blood, Rich, and it's out on June 22nd, all the platforms. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and if you are playing the alpha, have fun, because I did, and it's looking good, Rich. Lovely.